Having lived in the northern regional capital, Tamale, for close to 19 years, I must say that I have witnessed some of the most inhumane treatment meted out to persons accused of witchcraft in parts of the region. In 2018, I witnessed one of such cases which had a devastating effect on me. A woman accused of witchcraft had to be whisked away from her home at Chogumanayili when angry community members besieged her home demanding she be brought out to face thereof. That experience got me asking questions. If indeed the accused persons are witches and wizards, are they not supposed to be protected under the 1992 Constitution? This led me to take up this assignment of seeking information on why women who are usually dead victims for decades have not been protected. Although the practice of witchcraft, sorcery, and irresistible fascinations are deeply rooted in the traditional African setting, most people identified as witches and wizards are subjected to various injustices and discriminations from their kinsmen. This is the situation at Zarantinga, a farming community in the Gambaga Alleged municipality of the northeast region. Zarantinga community has its own set of traditions and rules that frown on witchcraft. If you are a witch or accused of witchcraft here, you will have to flee the community or die attempting to defy the cherished traditions of inhabitants. Madugu Wuni is a mother of 3 and the most senior of her husband's 3 wives. Madugu lived happily in her husband's home in the Zarantinga community until that fateful day when her joy was turned to tears of sorrow.
Kasambre ma mpya yuma na ndi sisuru mpyana ndirezugbe ne bi ma yana manan gbaawo kaya man gbaawo ngbawo ne uyalle o man biya garo ni se na mbe songo ka te se kyan gamba posi o be zabi ma zo ka bi ma pi ban yana ngona zangon dilati kan wa mi ba ko ba prekiana ni ri ila garo ni na ke kyan posi to kan wa yana bagbaawo ngwan kan ka so ya dia kyan poto ngwani o ko rati akyan ne ta ko jianne kabaran basudu atani kabari ke kabaza ngom moto pana ne to tiyima ta biya gori biwo ka ta gurin pana yinne na amna take kyan po akala na ka tanya simla tan bana wom tan pana yinne tiyina yinne inkena ka tikkena na lerin na ne ti para tiyal na bohri kane ga na di gambara yilla.
She was taken to the palace of the Gambarana, who doubles as the soothsayer of the traditional area, to determine whether she was a witch. That process involved the killing of a fowl, swearing by the gods, and invoking ancestral spirits.
Tempana, omda yalma de dalma neti pana kanwalu, we kormara ngwandu Gambara isa di zapakani. Tempana kanwa yedia, kunwa banwalu kanwa dia.
Madugu was vindicated.
Gambara ngo yene zama ngwana Maria mangni samul mama yo no riyanne o mo Maria mangni o so akaya mangni Gambara ngo la se ya gwasura yori o kaswa o mashir kaswa talan kwe zwangni na ma ngwala mbosi zama ngwanu andi ai balla yane ni ba da nuwa budi ai o mani man nuwa andi ai kan Gambara ya ti pa yinne
She was not a witch and cleared of her involvement in her stepson's ailment. Despite the rituals proving her innocence, her kinsmen turned their back on her.
Kaba bandang na po yali te yadwa samma yana na zarana te samala te gbari ya gbai kan ya yali ti sani abu yalla man tan kwamma kala amna ake bisi kaba kena ka te gbagba ma kaba gbagba mo yala lala.
They refused to allow her entry into the community.
Katakuri, near Asasuba, Kama Dania, me Asabosu, Ndugusu, Mandugu Naku, Kabaya Nabi and Kiana. And Kiamazampo Asona Passy, Nepo Amagua Nubiani.
Now, Mafulena was mentioned only at the palace of the Gambaga when the ritual to ascertain whether Madugu was indeed a witch or not was being performed. After she was mentioned, she was summoned at the palace of the Zarantinga, who asked to find out whether indeed she was a witch. But at the palace, she did not even get the chance to explain herself, as the chanting was that she must leave this village. Right from the palace, she never returned to her home. And this room that you see here is her room, and it's abandoned. And this room that you see here is her room, and it's abandoned.
Ya kemna kan wala posi tidaba nana de gambara yiri po ankura yiri abikan tum kaya ni kyan kugbana tum kaswa ka usun do rapin ya bo kena katagul batangu sen kwangai an bayin ya bo mbida ngwan gurbe wana ngwan gbadu Allah tra ko gbara tidaba nunu de gambara yente watangu ka ngwan ma yadda wana babu boru lo tingrani nin sanga sun do po ankulin tinga ka zan wo sun do po ara nkuri zaari.
But she refused to kowtow to their demands to kill her and returned to the community.
Kamuna mungozo manzo ankuri bayina manzo ankuri yinne me banza ngo ma ankuri ma mumpo Maria man ankuri ban chaka nzia na banda ankuri irabi chaka irabi yatin nzia ma ankuri be zang da banza da wure irabi fa da wure la na ma shi ne ka ba ngwamun madan wani su da wure la ka be zan da wure pa yayin na kasonya la lamna kwan yayin na kasonya kuna yini ndela abi za kyap ne tong bi ne dambana no kokuya ne solari ba ku kuma nja to asukuto to atambile to atba mbune ba ku bobi ne ba ku di mun yo kwakwa kana na de zarampo ababa yiya ka ba yar man ba ku matin kyan tabra laftin wani ya tabra laftin wani zarampo aba ayi da hamatu ba ku tanti kyan ka tabra laftin wani mama bonin usira.
Madugu cannot reconcile how her own people subjected her to this inhuman treatment.
Ura baka ningi ngwa Maria mangni ngwa yukuri yinezia ka ngwa kaya mangni par gambara ka gambara dio nu uyinne kutum utuma ha duo gba dia din siri ke agba nya aswanya boni ki yana na yasa mala gbari ni abo nke na gbal ma tabatu asi ngwa ko lamni de mana ma gbal ma la dambana mbila ngwa yana bakara salala yumu ya barun vuo uri swang ni yina arkuma yakuma ye yakira ye bangwar biani bang mer biani kama ye laban sia dugni an furan purun wa markan tala la gbati aka tiya ka ba su wana fanji ko yin na dori yin ko biya ka bana ko bu ngbarge kati palam ne te yimna ka ba kuti na ma ngoy ni be kuti ba ko to.
She recalls how an attempt by the police to return her to her home was resisted by community folks.
Kade tunaza ampresi ka pre kel ne zilore na presi nda zilore na ka yine zanwa ka dole ba janwa ka ba goti ka tikpian shinne ka ba shitana yana na bo ko dianta na te gambara na nuko mara tambana ka ba zan tete gambara na ina la la bi yana budata tada ba nunni kabara ta nake ta kuto ambiyan babu gyar ka tane shi ruwa tun ji aka bon babam bukanna wam da ya ti a can ba a tara man da yan in labiyin ne tun can ba an falla madalla kabaran fu barba na fu bi na ba yimna da ake bisi za wo yimna na dambana da sulare dar ma sunga kampana mada kan do atanda yoya mi wa munne Barananga yam du ka su du ka bayan jim du ni zugni kan yi kunga ka pangara su fu ko tur mai bakuma Assemblyman Baba Yaharu Baria to Zarantinga.
She has lost her trade.
Palgo Kanda Duguna Macaronco Rendida Palgo is what if a boat taking this one, Zoyarina Cabo, Kainan and Water, Maboka Darican. Diary. Near you da coconut can you, dear, you are da coconut can you. Copo once I can make and Zana. Bacanana. Lama Babison that in a Kandakian to Atamandamala. Buffy, my very catching Kinakpal and Kanzori. Kinkin be a yinika, Bob Wakpal and Kankia, Bazang Manaza, Banazupini. Kawara, the Sadam, you want your Kawara, Mamma, Kankonangwa. Bakum Bawaku Kaswa. Nkaswa.
She wants justice.
Baye, no Kurikur Mazuka Manangwa. Mabas, I'm Selamanokuri. Ambokuri, but I can't cut it. Gamba was one Maria Mangni, one Kayamangni, you put him. No Kuri, Gamba, Zarantinga, one and a Kuri, Bakaya Mangni.
Pacho no musi omoya bay or mamini or bay or ma obi ayari. No musi sadia or moya day. Mintimin Yaman on Cobibia, listen me a day. Me gin till me fear hona to me cast sound manishi, the baby Sibia. Till me, mammy, and mintimin gin and quay. Yaman on Cobu baby Sabasa. Until I'm in Beijing and Tina me fear.
Madugu is not in Zarantinga, but her son is. Zachariah Yidana cannot get over the pain and trauma of his mother. When you are going out of this community on daily basis, do people attack you because your mother is an alleged witch?
I mean, but I put my mama to cut through my car. My one man, one book on a man where the Bunyama. So, me and the Yamama Azidi. So the Bunyama fee in Bora Makuna.
Bathing, feeding, and leading her grandchildren to school were Madugu's responsibilities. Zarantinga and Toma Wuni, chief of her community, would not grant me audience until an hour of deliberations by the traditional council. Zarantinga and Toma Wuni has been the chief of Zarantinga since 2004.
So I'm not going to get feeling. My way is that Pam come over. I think I'm a young babu. What I can buy. We know for Palmen. To have a mess with in China. Second, lot of Pamman, it is interesting. The side I young one into a more blah. Robanga Suri. She don't want to part by young parent back. The dogma. Our ear paving. Can you see Via, Udora, Bagamba, and Tinia, Bayan, Na Ashin. So, on Tomoko Kori. As an
The traditional council confirmed Madugu was banished from the community after being accused of witchcraft. The traditional council will not change the long-held tradition, and this is their reason.
Kabang palmaza, baitang kabanyo lubanza yang palmane. Damatabi yaswa, nyoma ngon lumazuka upalma. Ibanyo ikulu ya palma, ibiakuna. Kenya kasiem la kataza.
Madugu is not the only person in this situation. 4 other women in the community have been subjected to the same fate. One of such women is Magajia Kulugu Tindana. She's been living at the Gambaga Witch Camp. She was bundled onto a motorbike by the messenger together with her foodstuff from the farm.
Ne biswa saya ni ko anyo do ambo yin la nu ja sum ni nyama ka ba kyang ndia bana jang man shi ma ate kyana ali gna wa pal gri ka ba ri ata garan pa mba den swaji ba mang pa yin la shi ka ba shi manga pa bi hira ma yaram bi se ba bi ako ma shi kaba yar ka biyo ya ne tungo me an zan la atin tina ne tum ka ta ko duwa ate duwa kan shi be ma ra ji man ba ba ni ngom pangkang ma il maria mang kala te pa ko na ya ko re no shi nuat pibni mbutu mbada ma mbutu la den to la nang la ku piben ka ta nang wa no be kan si tengwa dema ja ka kuliin ni kan labi wa sen zo do wa do tan duang ni na nya abuna wa si man den duang ma ni kan kuren ba yirim dia ni kala la ndo sem ba yilla
aba yiri be tam dare
na masem wan ni ma ka bada yi la jang dua yung jimanta na li de na jang ya na yiri Nyabang pa man tengna nang machine. Jada na men daji mamanga jia. Ang gwar po aba na bi pokon si. Na kwa nya ko da. Ya to aseri nang manyina. De sala nya ban lan shima. Nchak pa na bi so mo ya kya kam. To kuna mal gri na yuak pa ma. Kan te jita man kuli. Bi so mo kya na bana bu kya na. Aba ya nang kuna. Den nya mang parpa nduma yuru nga akuru ngwana mburu kurugo nya kurugo sona bambura man bajimani na nangpa nya go ko jankaya yu luarin pial parpar lo usu ko nga ka jankaya yu kan dia talasi ko ma nu baya nang ti nda da mamam burung kunjilla zugo nento nan yu ba kan dia talasi nang shira ka.
Back at Zarantinga, Madugu's rival, Azuma Guma, does not want her to return to the community. She shared the events of the night that led her to accuse Madugu of bewitching her son, who had relocated to Sakogu by the time we visited.
Yumayi Garia, Bima Daka Alafia. Come back pay that into Arma, Numa, no Bihira, Cambosia, Boamogshi, to be Bihira, Oyani, Oguma Ajiri. Number go and Buduan Guaros go, those go on my pim and Dwalwana. Can you in my pim to Mambunia? Mum peering you, in my man you. Ka in my pim do you, and ya ka unsina, Catazabiani, Biani, ka utu changi, utu you want to pie, go into Lamna, one Lamnada, and Piaduguni, and can be sent to Garden Piadugunu or Doya. Zanurunga, can Zwan Piaduguni, one Mary, no Usapulswa, Unyunga. Ka to do a young man, and Zwampa activity. Some pa activity, but is an apparent to Babunya Doro. Bandan Gina Kotu, or to do one chan or Luguzunga, and Chanka, Dushia, Kaikuga, Sazunga. What the Yina Okuranto Ashim, Udorapa, and Chana, and Kuchana, Kasaka Dorunyanga, Kankujina Kara, Kasote Batizang Mana, Kabazan no moto, Pa activity, Bapa activity, Bida Nuri, or Nur Paria. Nyakuka, Oya, Kagusi, Omaki, Bampana, Jumpana, Kabajunka Gamba, Mpa Gambala, Yidi, Oboto Ara, Onuan and Tiai, Onyazwarga, Nakabakwarganoa, Onua Butia, Kawagusim Bazan came Yidi, Kabazanga Pema Yidi, Bazanga Pema Yitam Siama. Kabazan Akorana Abata and Tomuzuni. Wakuya Rodi, the man double changi, Banda Changan Pana. Mbakos Yaw Nodi, Oya Nodoma, the Tia Yona, Oya Nodi, Otiano, Omake, Yaku, Bandilbani Yaku.
We traveled to Sakogu to meet Azuma Guma's son. He shared with us the dream he had.
The Dara Bandat were supporting Dajmaja Ashibtuman. Bandat is Mapa Ashibtuman, the Latichan and Vusum Yato. Busman one dark and the Dega. te se songa ka do tamara te zantuma kan vola ti ma te puli nda ya ka vusu mai pa chanso fin ka to ma nur ma gwara te jing parma so karan da ko pi 2 years ngodi to ku dama da ashiya sapoti do ku chen na lo homiya ko pang ngoma pa ngo ko ya afri ama ngo zandu na ma yelle nyele asun si yanda atna asoma hono be ngoma mangne manda ti tindati da jim no bunjirma den da mo ma sun su kiyani yake.
He tells us Madugu's vindication by the soothsayer does not clear her of witchcraft. He cannot reconcile Madugu's evening and constant visits to the hospital while he was on admission.
Ni abi bandurma ashibituma ni abi umban ni abi the 3 days dadi samira around 7 zanur 7 ndanyeri yung 7 tayi ambara ma ngom nda gorma hospital mani wonda gurma so yung ma sama mi dika po ma dol yung ma la hal yung ma muna ndol la halin cha hospital man na no puma abe bon tashi e taw ma chen na asus banan pusir maka ko nan no wontang ne kibi ibi dor ma cha asus banan pu makashin ka yung mai mun na konshin pu tawa hal da don ko pili man won na jin to ashi to na jin pushi hal yung na abayi ma man won na jin pushi.
In Zarantinga, every death is as a result of witchcraft, and residents have vowed to uphold the age-long tradition in the community practiced by older generations.
This madhouse that you see was pulled down in 2014 by angry youth of Zarantinga. The reason being that the occupants of this house was accused of being behind the death of a young man who lived just at the next house. Since 2014, the occupant has been living in Nalerigo. The confusion that surrounded this very structure led to her being divorced from her matrimonial home.
Women in the 21st century continue to be tortured and banished in parts of the northern, northeast and Savannah regions over witchcraft. These women get no justice as the accusers and abusers walk free while victims suffer in silence. Stronger systems of protection must be implemented to protect the rights of persons accused of witchcraft, especially in northern Ghana.